What's good, people? A big problem. I was gonna do a live reaction. I recorded the whole live reaction. Didn't record. Didn't fucking record. Then I recorded it. Not even a live reaction. I even said in that one, I was like, okay, all transparency was my live reaction. I'll do a review, whatever. I post a review. Copyright strike. That one's my fault though, because I posted the panels on my screen. So this is just gonna be me talking about 1103. Nice and easy, a nice short video to end the new year. Happy New Year, by the way, in advance. Happy 2024. Let's get into chapter 1103 because it's wild. And let's start with the number one thing. Who the fuck fed Luffy? I personally think it's one of three things. It's either Caribou fed him, Kizaru fed him, or the big robot fed him. That's it. I have no other clues. Maybe it's Luffy's imagination. Who the fuck knows? Nobody knows. So, those are just my guesses. Now, as a review of the rest of the chapter, 10 out of 10 again. Oda's just been pumping out 10 out of 10s in his bag. The entire year. Literally the entire year. I don't know what it is, but since we left Wano, Oda's like, oh, yeah. Remember when I said it was a prequel? I was being dead ass. It was nuts. This man has just been pumping out perfection since he's made that declaration. Now, Saturn is a savage and I want him dead. I fucking hate Saturn so much. But getting into the whole Bonnie thing of this chapter, her reverting back to a kid because she feels safe with Vegapunk, that is like how I interpret it while she's hugging him. She gets the little sunflower that has a sapphire in it, saying that Oda using that as a metaphor to be like, the sun's gonna protect you, sun god Nika's gonna protect you. And then we have the big fucking reveal that she could just go through any fucking timeline she wants to, and her imagination perceives the future. And then we get that deep dialogue of, yeah, if you believe Nika's real, you could pull from that timeline. But the more and more that you see and learn, the less ignorant you are, the less your power works, because it draws from belief, which it just furthers into that ignorance is bliss statement. You want to have an imagination. You want to have that innocence. You don't want to have the wool pulled over from under your eyes because you lose your innocence. And Oda's written about that stuff forever. Like, firm believer in, happiness, fun, goofy shit, but like freedom. That's why Luffy's main goal is freedom, because of Oda. But anyway, the paneling of this chapter also made a comment on both of my reactions about that. Oda's just improved so much. Obviously, 30 years, you're gonna improve a little bit, right? But lately, it's just been wide panels with amazing detail. The splitting of the shots. He's always been really good at like the manga, digesting a manga, like the way that it's read. He understands, and he's done that from chapter 1 when Luffy's punching the fucking Sea King, right? But lately, it's just been like, you feel the tone in every panel. At the end, when Saturn's holding Bonnie up, and there's the two explosions on the side, it's just drawn so beautifully. And right under that, you see the splitting of the perspectives right after that, of Bonnie going to the ground and Kuma coming in to save her. It's nuts. Now, Kuma coming in, saying he can't even speak anymore, getting shot to the back, grabbing Saturn's claw to save Bonnie, and then we get the zoom in of that fucking punch that looks like Luffy punching Charlos. I loved it. So satisfying, and I hope the next chapter we just get a big fucking square up. Obviously, I don't think Kuma's gonna defeat Saturn, but I hope he knocks him on his fucking ass just in time for Luffy to get up, and then Luffy comes in, saves Bonnie, and now Bonnie believes more in Nika because she sees it again with her own eyes. But who knows about that. Another thing I like to talk about is Dragon. So we get a little bit about Dragon and Kuma talking, and I want to go back to that panel. Where is it? Where's Dragon and Ivankov? Did I skip it? I'm pretty sure I skipped that shit. Where is it? Down here. Yeah. Okay. So when they're discussing, like, oh, where could Kuma be, and and Dragon goes and asks Ivankov. I love that because we're getting little hints and reminders like, hey, remember who's still the head of the Revolutionary Army? Who knows all of what's going on behind the scenes? Dragon's coming soon. We're going to see Dragon in action soon. I hope it's that he's that mythical Mexican serpent, that flying serpent that controls the rain. That'd be dope. That would be really dope. I'm trying to think, like, what else could there be? Because this chapter, instead of going, like, left to right, like, not left to right, but, you know, just hitting you with different perspectives like Oda normally does, it's just kind of one straight through story of Kuma's going to save Bonnie. Vegapunk feels like shit for not following through with his promise. Saturn's a piece of shit, and we get the Kuma backstory. But mainly what I want to say before I even finish this off, because I am going to close it off, like I said, quick review. The end times of One Piece are here, and we just got a tie-in to what I think could be the end. There was a theory a long time ago. I don't know if it's still around the internet or not. Probably is. I'll look it up after. But Bonnie's fruit, Kuma's fruit, which will go to Frankie getting the pop-out fruit, and Luffy mix their fruits together to go back in time. That's looking more and more realistic now. And either making the story loop or whatever, I don't know where they're going to go from that. But I do know that was a theory a long time ago. It always stuck with me because I'm like, damn, that'd be a cool way to end the story. Now I don't want it. I don't want that. I don't want Luffy to be stuck in a time loop and go back in time or whatever. I do think it's cool mixing the three powers. And also they discuss like, oh, Bonnie was an experiment. They took the essence of a fruit and gave it into her, but then the fruit lost its power itself. Meaning, there has to be a source of why. And we're getting more and more into the why of devil fruits instead of what are devil fruits, which is, oh, our minds are going to be blown. But anyway, I hope you guys have a happy new year. That's going to be it for me. Like, comment, subscribe if you like the video. Dislike if you dislike the video. And I'm going to get out of here and get out of here. Also, leave me a comment on what you think is going to happen next chapter if you're seeing this. Peace.